USA versus China. Who is actually stronger? In today's world, two countries are essentially shaping the future of the planet, the United States and China. One country has the largest economy and the most powerful military. The other has the largest population and one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. These two superpowers are competing for technological leadership, economic influence, space exploration, and even the future of the global order. But which country is actually stronger? In this video, we will compare population, territory, economy, salaries, prices, military strength, technology, and space programs. And by the end, we'll try to understand which country has the better chance of becoming the world's leading power in the future. Let's start with the basic facts. The United States is one of the most influential countries in the world. The nation was founded in 1776, and today it has one of the most advanced economies on the planet. Around 330 million people live in the United States. The capital of the country is Washington, D.C., and the largest city is New York City. Now let's take a look at China. China is a country with one of the oldest civilizations in the world. Its history goes back thousands of years. Today, China is the most populated country on Earth, with more than 1.4 billion people. The capital of China is Beijing, and one of its largest and most modern cities is Shanghai. Interestingly, the territory of these two countries is almost the same. The United States, about 9.8 million square kilometers. China, about 9.6 million square kilometers. Both countries have vast natural resources and diverse climates. One of the biggest differences between these two countries is population. More than 1.4 billion people live in China. That means roughly 1 out of every 6 people on Earth is Chinese. Because of such a massive population, Chinese cities can often appear extremely crowded. For example, Shanghai alone has more people than many European countries. In the United States, the population is much smaller, about 330 million people. But even with that population size, the United States remains one of the most influential countries in the world. Interestingly, population density in the United States is much lower than in China. Because of this, many American cities have more space, wider roads, and more private houses. Now let's talk about the economy. The economy of the United States is currently the largest in the world. The country has enormous influence on global finance. One of the most famous symbols of the American economy is Wall Street, the financial center of New York City. This is where the New York Stock Exchange, one of the largest stock exchanges in the world, is located. However, China is developing very rapidly. The economy of China has grown incredibly fast over the past few decades. China has become the manufacturing center of the world. Many of the products used by people all over the globe are made in China, from electronics to clothing. That is why China is often called the factory of the world. Salaries in these countries are also quite different. In the United States, the average salary can be around $4,000 to $5,000 per month. In China, the average income is much lower, around $1,000 to $1,500 per month. However, there is an important detail. The cost of living in China is often much lower. For example, food in restaurants can be significantly cheaper. Public transportation costs less. Rent in many cities is more affordable. Because of this, The difference in living standards is not always as large as it may seem. When it comes to technology, both countries are global leaders. Many of the largest tech companies in the world are based in the United States. Among them are Apple, Google, Microsoft. These companies create software, smartphones, and technologies used by billions of people worldwide. China also has powerful tech corporations, such as Huawei, Alibaba Group, Tencent. These companies play a major role in the development of e-commerce, telecommunications, and digital technologies. Another important area is military power. The military of the United States is considered the most powerful in the world. The U.S. has a massive military budget, advanced aircraft carriers, military bases around the world, so China is also actively modernizing its military. The Army of China is actually the largest in the world in terms of the number of soldiers. China is investing huge amounts of money in developing military technologies and naval forces. Now here are some facts that might surprise you. Fact 1. Technology. The United States is the birthplace of companies like Google, Apple, Meta, Tesla, and Microsoft. But China is not far behind. TikTok, Alibaba Group, Huawei, and DJI are all Chinese companies. In 2023, China registered more patents than any other country in the world. Fact 2. Space. The United States first landed a human on the moon in 1969, but China is catching up quickly. In 2021, China successfully landed a rover on Mars and is now building its own space station. Both countries are planning to send humans back to the moon by 2030, and a real space race is already underway. Fact 3. Food. Chinese cuisine in China and Chinese food in the United States are actually very different things. Dishes like General Tso's chicken or chow mein are mostly American inventions that are rarely found in authentic Chinese cuisine. Space is another area of competition. The American space program began in the mid-20th century. The space agency NASA sent the first humans to the moon during the historic mission Apollo 11 moon landing. China is also rapidly developing its space program. The country has built its own space station and regularly launches new rockets. Some experts believe China could become one of the main players in the future space race. So, which country is stronger? The United States remains the global leader in many areas: economy, technology, military power, international influence. But China is closing the gap very quickly. China has a massive population, powerful industry, and a rapidly growing economy. Because of this, the rivalry between these two countries will likely shape the future of the world for decades to come. And now, we'd love to hear your opinion. Who do you think is stronger, the United States or China? Write your answer in the comments.